between the Romans and the Persians. And Abu Bakr asked the Prophet about it. He said that, because he could gamble in those days, he said that, I put a wager on the Romans. He said, extend the bet, and extend the time. Because there's in a few years, people up there are going to do something. He said, extend it, both. Extend the money you invested, and extend the time. Okay. We've carried on so long that we've recycled many times, like right now. This is not our first cycle or our second cycle. We have recycled this many times. And the apparent behavior of all of us are just like you can see it. The only thing I'm saying is it don't look like Boss Man going to win at all. And not only that, he's such a bad person that nobody with ethics or morals would want to win or survive under his whatever he do. He's just not no good. My suggestion is to anybody that's with him or visit with him, or any of the crews, the Negro crews, Sunni Shias, and all that gobbledygook they be talking about, it's so, like, I don't talk like this all the time, but this stuff gets childish. This is childish. It's childish. And then people will come and say, oh, Ibn Klun them will say they're the children of Baba Klun. So they'll know that we raising money, you know what I mean? Like, gotta remember. And my family was mentioning this the other day, yesterday. Because even they can see, the way we deal with certain things, I said, no. I didn't say, well, if the money y'all took, wasn't then. I said, but in the last years, I said, we don't make no money. You know, we used to go make money for Eid and all that. All the rents, all of those stuff, those things are long gone. But it's not bad, it's an opportunity. That means we'll travel and raise funds. Boss Man made a mistake and he thought, well, because I could tell my Sudanese friend, well, they might think you're a little old now. And that's bull crap. When I went down south, that's what the trip was to test endurance. How far can you drive now? How does it feel sitting in the car all of this time, right? What about heat and coolness? Do you need air conditioning? Oh, is the summer that's coming? You don't need it, but that'll make you sleepy if you. That's all I was doing. I was just testing myself to see how, I hadn't been on a road trip in a while. This is a test. Okay? So I saw how I did on the test, and then I know what I have to work with, what I don't have to work with. You know what I mean? It's simple. Okay? And this is not a fair fight either. It's not arrogant what I'm saying. It's not fair that Negroes, if you the heavyweight champion and it's the 50th time, you know what I mean? It's not a fair fight. It's not a fair, it's almost like you can see through everything. It's just, so anyway, with my family, it's perfect. What's perfect about it? Number one, my sons is covered. Two, my daughters is covered. number 3 or 4, you can see the dummies like Khadijah and them. Something's going on. They haven't called in all this time. You know, maybe the government gave them the Masjid. It's okay. We'll get it back. If we don't get it back, so what? See, these dummies push the button thinking that those things that are tangible are going to manipulate us, right? Here it is 10 years later and then nothing tangible, right? The masjid, the this or that, have had any effect on anything we do. And they still don't get it. Okay. But now, back to the historical cloaking device. First of all, we're going to talk about pandemonium. Either the United States, it is or is not in a situation of pandemonium. It's either running very smooth, they're getting very much respect, or people think they done went crazy.
No, people think they
They done lost it. It's already, look, done. Yeah, that's like a 2% chance that it's not all over. At least 2, maybe 3. Let's go and give them 5%. But everything is kicking in, and everybody else, well, everybody on China's team is moving up. All those people, Vietnam, all that area, the residue of China. The China and Russia relations, solved. Okay? Russia is 8 time zones. 8 time zones. China got the most people. The only one that they could try to run an interference is India. And by the time the United States finish cutting their throat, which they will, because the favorite immigrant now is Indians. I tell the truth, Dr. Gupta, Dr. said it rather right. Kamala, Mama, that's Mama. Anyway, right? Oh, man. I ain't saying what boss man gonna do, but all these hotels and all that, the Indians think they dug in, they gonna be on a boat back to India. Why? Because boss man gonna send them. When it's their time to go, boss man gonna turn on them. It's those Indians. All the hotels, right? You gotta pay all that money. They don't know it. The Koreans, the Chinese, they were the ideal, right? Tell the truth. And then sometimes it's the Negro. I don't know what's wrong with the people, because boss man gonna dump anybody that's around him. If anything happened, he gonna dump them. He always do. Tell the truth. He dumped them. He don't never say, "Well, it's all over, brothers. Let me jump off the boat." Right? No, you standing there and he walked by quick. He done clipped you. And all you can hear is yourself hollering as you hit the water. Boss man clipped you. Look, boss man. Elijah Muhammad said he was the devil. I don't know about all that, but he has to behave 96% the way he do. He do it. Hey man. And how long we been telling them that? Forever. If you want to get your throat cut, stand there's the line for the people gonna get. They wouldn't cut my throat. I said, you better get in line. If you want your place, you better get in line. He's my friend. Like Marcos. I don't know if you ever saw it. Marcos was talking to Reagan. Mr. President, trying to get him to help him not get thrown out. Or the Philippines, and Imelda had 3,000 pair of shoes. Anyway, my hands are tied, Mr. President. I can't talk about it. Hey, man. Anyway, let me try to wrap this up. Cloaking device, pandemonium. Back to that. This is the 5th time we've been back to it without finishing. But a cloaking device is like, you've seen it on the TV, so it don't exist. But for us, it exists. Because we've been able to get up next to boss man over and over and over and over again and cloak our behavior. Cloak it mean it, to him it looks like this time. Oh, we're getting old, we're getting tired, and we don't have no energy. That's not the way it is. I hope I don't sound like I'm tired. I'm telling you, the way I sound is the way I am. Ready to go, straight home. Okay, but we have to cloak our behavior. In martial arts, they call it fainted incapacity, where you walking on a crutch and you limping, oh, my back hurt, oh, my toe hurt, oh, my eye hurt. That fainted incapacity. You're faking your behavior. So your enemy will attack you right there. You look where we've been getting attacked all the time. Attacked on our property, attacked on this, attacked on that. And think about it. Do you see me standing there saying, man, we got to fix that roof. We got to fix this. I haven't said nothing about none of it. When it's the time to do everything, we'll do it. It don't make no difference. That's conserving your energy, conserving your mental energy. Oh, okay, yeah, we take care of that. When we get ready to take care of it. We're not on a schedule. Okay, I'm going to halfway close here. Abdul Malik, Hashim them, it's not that they're not competition, but they just, maybe they just underestimate people. I don't know what it is. There's something like that. Okay. I talked about, about Ibn Klum. That's 2 Klums. I'll mention at Juma that we need whatever we've invested in, whatever we invested in. But after that, it'll be very direct. If you want to keep it, you keep it. Don't nobody have to tell you, the hell, you done say it to everybody and everybody know. We sure appreciate that. We'll get that back to you, Imam Musa. And then pop up, I don't owe you nothing. Okay. By the way, we should do research of people that just to get the numbers, been around, over the years, just to take a look at them and see the possibilities, Okay, Are there any questions? Are there any comments about anything right now? East Oakland Enterprises? Yeah.
One of the brothers was laughing about your the Saint Police thing.
Which one?
The Saint Police joke you were talking about.
Right.
Yeah. The brothers thought that was funny.
This stuff is funny, but it's dead serious. I keep it a little bit of fun because, what was it, love,
Kindness and humor.
kindness, and humor.
No, optimism.
Optimism, yeah, optimism and humor.
Have you, in your term research, come across anybody with, I mean, this is rhetorical, but with your analysis, the particular analysis that you've been given amongst the Muslims, have you personally seen anybody?
No, I just tell you, that's not, there's people with closeness, but they got something that, they got a pet thing that they hang on to that doesn't fit in that, and it almost destroys the whole. There are many people, or some people that are close. I've talked to many Iranians that's close, but their behavior, their super glue of Shiism, it blocks their vision for other things that we might see, because we're not going to be blocked by that. Okay? So, no, it's people that are in that arena, but I taught a lesson at the conference, the Iranian conference in San Francisco a few years back. I taught them on ethics. I said, the people that are coming in with you now, Yemenis, Afghanis, you have to treat them right. You know what I mean? You have to, they're not to be used. Of course, no, everybody is to be used, but not in a negative way. That means if they join you, you gotta be willing to cover their family, you know what I mean? It's a big responsibility, and you can't get slick. You can't get slick. Don't do it. Some of them got slick, but you can see the next election will slick them right on out the door. You see what I mean? Everything, in other words, everything that we've always talked about is pulling right into the door. I mean, it's pulling right up, you know. Either they gonna be in pocket or their association that will be in pocket. You see what I mean? That's just deep, it's deep. You remember when Zarif was told, well, they was having a big meeting with the Syrians, and they left him in Iran with the lady, what's the Medea. He left. They were saying, that's your folks, stay there with them. We don't want you into this deep stuff, what we getting ready to do. And he threatened to quit. And they said, oh, don't be a bad sport. But, you know, they crew, I'm not claiming anything, but the crews that went with them, which is everybody here, of course, they sad as H-E-double-L right now. Because the people that we stuck with, hey, they just wanted America to be what it ain't. And to buy that bull crap almost look like you're going to run for the president of America, right? I don't know, all of them people, I can't get over, I couldn't get over. How could they fall for that? How could they fall for that? It's because they wanted to. That's what they wanted. They didn't want the thing they got right now. Islam in Iran is nice, it's smooth. It's not that knuckle-biting Islam Ma'akbad bi hijab, death to those without hijab. That's what it used to be. Or the committee that's running around, sure, it's not, no, this is a nice, easygoing, it's easygoing. And they blew it. They blew it. They blew it bad. I'm sorry for them. They cut my throat when it wasn't necessary. Right? And people recognize who did it and what they did, and they already said what they said. I could see when they set things up. Remember I was telling you we had a beautiful program in a park one day. At the bottom of the park goes way up, step after step. At the bottom of the park, it's nice and pleasant. At the top, it's actually cold. And they had a program, what's the name? Warner and them, down in Texas, used to be down there. We used to have programs with Brother Mahmoud Abdul Rahul, and he used to manage them a lot. Well, he was trying to stab the poor brother in the back. So we having this program, I could tell it's arranged. That's the thing about being involved in crime. You can tell when something is arranged. Not all the time, but you may not know why it's arranged, right? Or all of but you can feel that this is arranged in many cases. Oh, it was in the park, and then they had a group already there, and when we got there, they rolled over to us, and it was cutie pie Iranians. I mean, tenders. And they all sitting next to me, in the back of me, and leaning. I said, hold it. I said, y'all got it, we can't do this, right? They got the camera working, the big modern camera. Okay. They might have said, like if they cut this, they cut that, they put it together. Imam Musa's over there. He likes Iranian women, whether they're married or not, and look what they look like. The kinds they like, maybe reddish hair, even reddish clothes, and tender. Not ethical, but tender. And then they don't show the part where I'm telling them, no, you can't do that.